Contrary to what all the corporate entertainment media companies would have you believe, nerds are not having their cultural moment in our society. They are still very much the obscure outsiders who are interested in things that nobody else likes. And nothing could be a better proof of this than Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I took a look at these two trailers and I want to review them with you. And I want to explain why I consider these trailers to be absolute corporate designed nerd face. That's right, this is Swords and Starships. I am Captain Garrett, and this is my reaction to Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, the two ugly, awful, stupid trailers that make me want to give up on fantasy movies forever. These trailers are so meta, it is absolutely cringe. They're not adapting the Dungeons and Dragons world into a movie with this, Honor Among Thieves. They are adapting what they think Dungeons and Dragons is for people who play it. Okay? In other words, they're adapting the gameplay, not the in-world gameplay. They are adapting the actual gameplay. People sitting around a table joking, memeing on things, like making fun of each other. That's what they're adapting. And they're putting a facade of fantasy over that. So essentially, Chris Pine's character is literally like the dopey guy who's, drinking beers at the table playing Dungeons and Dragons and doesn't take it seriously, and he knows being a bard is stupid from his perspective. He thinks being a bard is like a dumb character and he's playing it for laughs, right? So what I'm getting at is the world of Dungeons and Dragons is not a big dumb joke, and the creators of this film are clearly confusing the fun that people have when they gather to play it with the actual world itself. We have Chris Pine narrating what's going on in this completely non-medieval Southern California accent with his Southern California neat haircut. He doesn't look like he's from any kind of a medieval world, and he's narrating this like it is literally content. Does this look convincing to you? Like, what is this? Like, does anything in this look like anything other than a video game? What does this look like to you? Now, there's some nice shots in here. Generally, the things that are actually real look good in this movie. Everything else looks like crap. Armor looks like cosplay. The magic effects look like CGI magic effects. Look at this transformation, right? And they're just throwing everything at you. Look at this. It's a bear trade. It's like they're really trying to pack in all the things that players do in the game into one movie. And they're saying, see, it's like the game you play with friends. Look at this wizard. She's flashing around. She turns into the red mist. She's up on the tower. All of it looks fake. None of it looks convincing. It looks like a big bloated action scene. Okay, and then there's this scene here where she's like, okay, what do you do again? He's like, I make plans. It's like, oh, I don't think we really need you for that. He's like, oh, no, that's what I do. I strategize and make plans. This is the conversation the players would be having. In other words, they are representing the characters in this world as if they are players at a game table having fun and joking around with each other. This is not what the D&D world is. Look at this chest. The treasure chest. Behave yourselves. Look at this treasure chest. Does that look threatening, intimidating, scary? You know what it looks like? It looks like somebody who doesn't understand D&D doing an impression of like something you might find in D&D. Oh, look, it's a magical chest that eats you. And this is their idea of what that would look like. Imagine if Guillermo del Toro was given the task of make a magical chest that could eat you if you opened it. I bet Guillermo del Toro could make that freaking scary as hell. Why does everything have to be reduced to such a dumb joke? I'm not saying you can't have comedy and levity, but there was comedy and levity in Peter Jackson's Lord of the Ring trilogy. Paramount Pictures and the rest of the corporate media think that nerds are stupid, and they think that the things that interest nerds, like fantasy worlds, technical sci-fi, that's taken seriously, actual superheroes that wear their masks and live up to the values and standards that are portrayed in their comic books, they think all of that's stupid, and they think that nerds who like it are toxic and stupid. And what they think is that their clapping seal audiences will not come to the theater unless every 2 lines is a joke, unless the title character is a big dumb oaf who screws up everything, unless they talk like they come from Southern California, unless there is a big bloated CGI action scene every 20 seconds. Honest question to the Dungeons and Dragons fans out there. This is the question I would put to you. Is this interesting to you? You know, I was introduced to Dungeons and Dragons when I was in middle school, and I quite liked it, but I never got that into it because, you know, let's face it, I was from a Catholic family, and it was the work of the devil, and I was going to go to hell if I played it. So I was not allowed to play it, and so I had to play it on the sly. But I loved it. I loved it. I got to be this character who was trapped in a dungeon and had to escape. And let's just be a little honest with ourselves, okay? It is just a little bit odd at age 40 to spend a night with your friends pretending that you're a paladin level 10 whose fatal personality flaw is that he's actually a thief who's pretending to be a paladin, and you're super into it. But on the other hand, hey, everybody has different ways of having fun. And you know what? It's fun. It's fun to imagine. It's fun to, if you are someone who likes stories and you want to be part of the story, role-playing tabletop games are enormous fun. It's adult imagination. And not that kind. This is the entire thesis of this video, right? Why are these movies so bad all the time? Why are they screwing up all these comic book characters? Why can't they make a Resident Evil movie that's the slam dunk that any Resident Evil movie should be? Because that's what they think of nerds. You're stupid for liking this. You are stupid for being 40 years old and sitting at a table with a pen and paper and writing down what you scored on the D20. You're dumb for doing that. So the only reason that people would enjoy this is if we're making fun of it. That's what they think. And that's what makes me furious about this movie. Why do you play D&D? You play D&D to have fun and have drinks and have laughs, and also to immerse yourself in a serious fantasy world. That is why you play D&D. You play it because you want to be a character in a fantasy novel. That's what you want to do. D&D allows you to take the part of the character in that story. And so, yes, the meta level of it is, yes, we're friends sitting around a table laughing and memeing and joking. But the real game level of it is we're in this world together and we're adventuring. That is what the film should have adapted. It should have adapted the Dungeons and Dragons world. And in the Dungeons and Dragons world, you can die. The D20 is to ensure that that is a possibility. That, like, your character, you get cocky, you decide to spring that trap, and you don't have the skill to do it, you could die. So there's an actual sense of stakes in the game. And if you were going to adapt those worlds faithfully, that is what you would adapt. The world. The world that we play the game in order to be a part of. Yes, we joke around with friends, we have pints, we have fun. That's the secondary effect. That's the side effect, and a very happy side effect, of wanting to immerse ourselves in this world. Wanting to have fun just for a couple hours, believing that we are a paladin or a thief or a gnome with a punchable face. So in the actual game, there are stakes. There have to be. If there aren't, it's no fun. So why do you make a movie in which there are no stakes? Why do you make a movie in which it's based on a game in which players take their characters seriously, but the movie doesn't take its characters seriously? Why? So is this movie going to make a lot of money, or is it going to be a total bomb? I honestly couldn't tell you. But I will just go with my gut, and I will predict this movie will not do well. The reason why I say that is because, I mean, I guess normies will like it to a point. It'll be something to watch. It'll be content. It's definitely content. And yeah, the jokes are funny. Taken in isolation, yeah, the jokes are funny. It's fun to make fun of nerds. It's fun to pretend to be nerds in order to make fun of them. So yeah, I think that is a successful strategy to a point. On the other hand, the movie itself looks dumb as hell. But nor do I think that this film is going to be any kind of hit. Ultimately, I'm hoping this film is going to be an absolute I would love this film to be a total failure. I would love this to be an absolute box office bomb. I suspect it will eke out a mediocre performance because it follows the Marvel formula. Everything's a joke. Everything is dumb. Everything is just modern Los Angeles humor. And that's enough to get a few butts in the seats for a weekend or two. So is this honoring the Dungeons & Dragons world? Is the Dungeons & Dragons world a big effing joke? You let me know, dear sailors and star nuts. But that is my reaction. I think this is an absolute garbage heap, and I have no interest in seeing this film, but I'll review it if you want me to. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and subscribe. This channel is growing fast. As of recording, we are 370 sailors and star nuts and rising. And until next time, I will see you out there. Make sure to check out my novel series, Blood and Oak. It's available now on Amazon. It follows the sword and sails adventures of midshipman John Sullivan. When his sister is kidnapped and sold into slavery by the Barbary pirates, this daring young Navy officer embarks on a suicidal quest for rescue and revenge. It's available now on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and a fantastic audiobook narrated by Travis Baldry. I'm not just giving commentary and commenting on the problems in entertainment. I'm doing my best to be part of the solution, and I would be truly honored to earn your readership and your support. Until then, I say hail to you, hail to the fellowship, and hail to the Iron Age of entertainment.